And welcome to Upon Further Review. I'm Josh Aubrey. Plenty to get to this week, and it all centers around the Georgia Southern baseball team, the Eagles earning the number 1 seed 3-2-1. And welcome to Upon Further Review. I'm Josh Aubrey. Plenty to get to in this week's show, and it all centers around the Georgia Southern baseball team, the Eagles earning their first ever NCAA Regional home site, Statesboro the site, Georgia Southern, Texas Tech, Notre Dame, and UNC Greensboro taking place starting on Friday. The Eagles ended up in the opening round of the Sunbelt tournament, advancing all the way to the championship game for the 5th time in the last 6 seasons. They lost that game, but the good news is they were able to, on the way back home, find out that they will be hosting the regional site for the first time. The Eagles very excited. We'll hear from head coach Rodney Hennon, some of the players about their excitement of being able to host the regional, and then dive into their matchup with UNC Greensboro, as well as getting back to the Sunbelt tournament, taking a look at some of those highlights. All that and more coming up on Upon Further Review. And a reminder before we go to break, hopefully you'll never be in an accident, but if so, please give our friends at the Sullivan Law Firm a call, 912-489-8888, or online at thesullivanlawfirm.com.
You choose the combination, and they'll cook it in their 500-degree brick oven in just a few minutes. Your own delicious pizza experience using only the freshest ingredients on hand-tossed dough and individually sized just for you. And that Eagle Nation is why they're called Your Pie, because it's all about you. The Your Pie in Statesboro and downtown Savannah is owned and operated by Joe Hunt, a Georgia Southern grad. So when you order your next pizza, be true blue and make it all about you. Go see Joe at Your Pie, and I guarantee it, you'll be glad you did.
McCooks Pharmacy, located on Highway 80 East, is family owned and operated by Lynn and Janie McCook, as well as their son, Josh McCook. Serving the Bullitt County area since 2005, McCooks Pharmacy offers fast and friendly service where the customers come first. Vaccinations are available, including shingles, flu, pneumonia, and Tdap. Drive-through service is available with 2 drive-through windows for your convenience. McCooks Pharmacy offers free local deliveries, and new customers are always welcome. Continuing the tradition of our family caring for your family, McCooks Pharmacy, Highway 80 East. Well, before we get to the excitement and the anticipation of hosting the NCAA Regional, the Georgia Southern Eagles did advance to the championship game in the Sunbelt tournament, where they were taking on Louisiana. Louisiana had upset Texas State in the semifinals. The Eagles, that game taking place in Montgomery, Alabama. Let's send you out for some of the highlights. Georgia Southern back in the Sunbelt Championship game for the 5th time in the last 6 seasons. The Eagles taking on 4-seed Louisiana, and Rodney Hennon looking for the team's first Sunbelt Championship. Jalen Payton getting out of a few jams here with the strikeout to end the inning. Then he gets some help from catcher J.P. Tye gunning down the runner for out number 3. The Eagles start the scoring in the 2nd. And it's a bomb for Noah Ledford, the solo shot over 400 feet to right field, and it's 1-0 Eagles. Slamming Sammy Blancato follows that up with a bomb himself. Another solo home run off the sidewalk, and it's 2-0 in the 3rd. Tye continues the fireworks. Up, and away to left. All these solo homers, and it's 3-0, still in the 3rd inning. Ledford at it again. The double off the wall in center, and it's 4-0. Austin Thompson keeps things rolling. The RBI single into center as the Eagles open up a 5-0 lead. The Raging Cajuns responding, cutting the lead to 5-3, and then adding another here in the 6th. Kyle DeBarge doubles down the right field line to make it 5-4, and then Julian Brock comes through with the sacrifice fly to right field, and that would tie the game at 5-all. The Eagles able to scratch back and get a sacrifice fly themselves from Jarrett Brown here. Christian Avant scores. Georgia Southern up 6-5, going to the top of the ninth. Runners on the corners, one out, and the double steal works to tie the game at 6-all. Coach Hennon hoping the Eagles can hold on in this one, but Will Villon here rips the double to the gap as the Cajuns grab a 7-6 lead. The Eagles with a chance in the bottom of the ninth. Bases loaded for Noah Ledford with 2 out. Forced to bat right-handed with the lefty reliever coming in. And Ledford doesn't quite get enough of this one. The pop-up will end the game, and the Cajuns win the Sunbelt title by a final of 7-6.
Proud of our kids, proud of the way we competed all day long. This really hurts because I know how bad, one of our guys hate to lose, period. And but especially this one, I know how bad, every person that's a part of our program wanted this game, and particularly our seniors. We came out swinging the bats really well. Obviously jumped out. Bonds came in and threw the ball really well for them and kind of held us in check. They scratched back in it. We had some big at-bats. We finally got to him there in the eighth, and credit them, there in the ninth. They were aggressive on the bases. I think they went hit and run, and it paid off. Stolen base, first and third. They were aggressive there, and it worked. And still felt like we were going to get it done in the bottom half. This team has come back time and time again this year. As disappointing as this is right now, knowing that in all likelihood we're going to have an opportunity to play next week, we have a lot to play for. So we've got to be able to turn the page here and in the next 24 hours and focus on what's in front of us, because I couldn't be more proud of a group of guys than this bunch.
So from the lowest of lows to the highest of highs, the Eagles on the way home from Montgomery got the news around 8:30 p.m. that night that they were indeed going to be hosting the NCAA Regionals. We had a chance to talk with Coach Hennon and some of the players about how that went from so low to so high.
Yeah, I was in a pretty low spot there after that game. Being that last out was really tough on me, and felt like I let my teammates down. And to go on that bus and have that hour of just silence, and then to go from just 0 to 100 when we figured out we were hosting a regional still, it was just the moments with my teammates and Coach Hennon and everybody. It was just something I'll never forget. Went nuts, man. Coach Hennon back there high-fiving everybody screaming and hollering. Pretty sure I got choke-holded by my buddy next to me. It was just craziness. Just like I said, from being down at the bottom to the top like that, it was just the change of emotions was awesome.
Game yesterday, that's 3 years 3 years for me, being here for 5 years, that we fell short in the championship game, and I don't know, it's tough to do. And usually, or the 2 before that, that was my last game for the season. And being on the bus this year, we knew we were going to be in a regional. We just kind of on the verge of hosting, and then getting that Twitter notification that Statesboro was going to have a regional was just amazing. It just flipped the whole day for us, and it's just an awesome feeling to be able to share that with guys that, like AT Austin Thompson mentioned, that you come in here with 5 years ago and you go through summer workouts, and you first get here, you're like, oh man, I don't know if I can do this. This is way harder than what I've ever done. And then doing it with those guys and them helping push each other through has been awesome, and just being able to just celebrate it with them has just been great.
Yesterday was a roller coaster of emotion. We were actually on the bus kind of refreshing the Twitter, and I don't know who had the good service on the bus, but one person got it before everybody else, so we all kind of just burst out. And yeah, just yesterday was pretty up and down, but looking back on it, we're still playing, so we're all pretty happy about that and have a great opportunity in front of us. So it's a great feeling. I've been here for 5 years with a core group of the seniors, and just means a lot to us. I think about all the workouts, all the conditioning, all the sprints, and to have it here in Statesboro. It's great for our community, great for Georgia Southern as a whole. So, yeah, no, it's just a great feeling.
It was a pretty somber bus ride home last night until we got the news. And so that was a real good shot in the arm for our team last night. And the guys were fired up and excited, and totally different ride home from Montgomery after we got that news. And I think just what we needed. And certainly we're excited about the opportunity to be playing here in Statesboro this weekend. This is a special group, and these guys have worked really hard to put our program in this position, to put our team in this position. I don't know how many people would have thought when we were on the bus ride back from Knoxville that Sunday opening weekend that we'd be sitting here talking about hosting a regional today, and I think that's a real credit to these players. The resiliency of this group, the way that they persevered and really just showed up to compete every single day. I think that's kind of been the trademark of this team. They look forward to going out, and they're going to play as hard as they can play for 9 innings, regardless of where it's at, who we're playing against. And that's something that I take a real sense of pride in, with this group in particular. So, yes, I think it is important to enjoy the moment, but at the same time, this is a really mature group, and they understand that we have work to do the next few days to prepare and put ourselves in position to be as good as we can be come Friday.
Well, as for the game itself, Georgia Southern will be starting things off against the number 4 seed UNC Greensboro. The winners of those two games, that game would take on the winner of Notre Dame and Texas Tech. The Texas Tech-Notre Dame game taking place there Friday at 2 o'clock, and then the Georgia Southern UNC Greensboro game being played at 7 o'clock. We had a chance to talk with Coach and some of the players about the upcoming matchup and how they're feeling.
This is what I'm like, came back for, like you said, just like last year, just trying to fight every game or every day, give the best you can, and this is what you live for pretty much as a baseball player, college baseball player. I know the seniors on the team with me, like this is what we always talk about, like before the season starts, making a regional and everything, and now it's time. Just ready for Friday. Got some good work in today, but just hearing like how like we're gonna break the attendance record and everything. It's really exciting. Like they're saying every ticket's sold out, so it's really gonna be jumping here.
I think we're all really excited. It's one of those things where it's once in a lifetime opportunity just to have the whole community of Statesboro be around and be all hyped up about it. I know a lot of us have been on Twitter and just seeing how everybody's pumped up and trying to get tickets. So it's going to be a great time.
As a group, we're all very excited. This could only happen one time in your career, so every opportunity we get, we keep going. We love it.
Obviously, they know what's on the line. This is what they work all year for, and that's been one thing that's been very special about this team is there's really good leadership within the team from the older guys, and for the most part, I just try to stay out of the way. Hey, we're going to have to, play our best baseball, and I say it all the time. To me, that always starts on the mound. We got to be able to go out, get a good effort from Ty and the guys in the bullpen, and defensively make the routine plays and play good fundamental baseball, and offensively be able to do the little things. When you have opportunities to score, you've got to be able to execute and cash in, run the bases well, and hope you get that big 2-out hit. That's kind of the recipe, I think, for tournament baseball. They're I'm sure playing their best baseball of the year right now, like you said, coming in here and made a heck of a run, through the Southern Conference tournament. It's amazing what they did, as many games as they played in that short span. And we talk about guys stepping up. Certainly they had some guys step up for them, but they've got good players. It's a very offensive club, and they're well coached. I've known Billy Godwin for quite a while. It's not his first time to Statesboro. He brought one of his East Carolina teams down here years ago for one of our early season tournaments. So, they're a good club with good players, and they're well coached.
And stay with us. Coming up next, we'll dive into the game itself, Georgia Southern and UNC Greensboro, as well as hear from some of the other coaches and players about playing in Statesboro. Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, providing primary care for Statesboro area patients since 1998, providing complete physicals, complete sports physicals, Medicare wellness exams, full diabetes treatment, and education from lifestyle changes to oral medications to insulin pump therapy, in-house dermatology, in-house circulation tests and ultrasounds, and in-house labs. Featuring nurse practitioner Melissa Beasley, Family Internal Medicine of Statesboro can accommodate same-day or next-day appointments to serve your needs. Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, where we care.
At Badcock Home Furniture and More, we know what it means to find the perfect fit. The feeling of surprise. That just right moment of delight. It's what we see every time a family finds their priced right style and snuggle perfect comfort. Because for us, home isn't simply where you live, it's how you live. Badcock Home Furniture and More. Just right.
Well, as for the Eagles' opponent, the UNC Greensboro Spartans come in riding high as they had to play 3 doubleheaders, including sweeping Wofford on the final day of the Southern Conference tournament, and ended up having 2 complete games thrown on the mound in winning that. We had a chance to talk with their head coach about the upcoming matchup with the Eagles.
We had an unbelievable finish, that's for sure. I mean, start 0-7 in our league and go 12-2 down the stretch and finish in second place, and play 5 straight elimination games, 6 games in 3 days. I've been in the game a long time. It was pretty remarkable. I'm just glad I was sitting with the same jersey on of the team that was doing it. So I'm really proud of these guys. They battled through a lot of adversity, and I just couldn't be more proud of our team than this team, and they grinded and battled, and we were really playing good baseball coming into this regional. Rodney and I go back quite a bit, with the Keith LeClaire connection and me being at East Carolina and him from Western Carolina, and they came to the LeClaire Classic when I was at East Carolina, and we traded series. I think we were down here in 2009 maybe, and a lot of respect for Coach Hennon, and just congratulate Georgia Southern and their players for the season they had, and the host spot, that's a big deal. I've been fortunate enough to be in a program that hosted a regional, so I know how exciting that is. So have nothing but the utmost respect for Rodney Hennon and what he's done here at Georgia Southern. It's just a quick look at this point, at their overall statistics. I mean, solid club, looks like they can catch it on defense. Solid offensive numbers, solid pitching numbers. I mean, and that's this time of the year when you play. This is my 6th regional as a head coach, so I mean, there's not really anyone in any field that's not going to have a solid club, and certainly Georgia Southern's had a tremendous year, and so that's all I know about them at this point. We really haven't dug into a scouting report or anything like that. That preparation will take place in the next 12 hours. But just looking at their numbers, I mean, they got a good club, which is what I expected when we came here, but so does Notre Dame and Texas Tech.
And once again, that game between Georgia Southern and UNC Greensboro taking place Friday at 7 o'clock. As for the 2 o'clock game, Notre Dame taking on Texas Tech, it should be quite a matchup between 2 of the better pitchers in the country. We had a chance to talk with their coaches and players about the matchup.
Link Jarrett does a great job. He's done a great job everywhere he's been. Really good team. Obviously, you can make an argument they might have deserved hosting. There's been a lot of people making that argument. Looks like to me their lineup is filled with guys kind of like Kurt and Birdie that have been around college baseball for a long time. Stillwell, you can kind of go down the list. I mean, it looks like a playoff baseball team to me because of the experience. The guy they're pitching is an experienced guy, been around the block a little bit, good arm, left-handed. And so, Link's teams, he's a guy that played for Mike Martin at Florida State, and his teams have always been fundamentally sound. They're going to play hard. They're going to play the game the right way, and anybody that plays them, I mean, anytime you put together a good program up there where he is, you're obviously doing things right, and he's always done things right. I've always respected the way he's gone about things. He's earned everything he deserves.
Talented, aggressive. They play with a lot of confidence. You know, they have some power arms on the front end. I don't know if we're seeing Morris. It's good stuff. You know, they have a mix of returners that obviously experienced playing in a super regional last year, and they have some talented new players. Tim does a great job with this program. He has done that for a number of years. I've known him since he was at Oklahoma as an assistant with one of my good friends, Mike Bell. There are a lot of days on the road recruiting and talking baseball with Tim. His guys are athletic. You know, their left-handed hitter, Jung, is a tough out. They have numerous others. He's separated himself in his production, been really good. They have a versatile offense. You know, sometimes they run more than maybe they have this year. This year, their power numbers and their slugging percentage stands out. They're a complete team. They wouldn't be in the position they're in if they weren't capable of winning, and quite frankly, winning a national championship. So well-coached, experienced, good, talented. And the power arms stand out. You know, John Michael Bertrand's going to have to go out there and pitch. Dave's going to have to navigate him and keep him in line with what he's doing with pitch execution because of the way their hitters attack. He's going to have his pitches all working and in play, his secondary pitches, his fastball command. You guys have seen him pitch. Now he's just got to go duplicate one of his better performances to hold this Texas Tech team in check. They're talented, very good, well coached.
And before we go, we want to mention that the Georgia Southern golf team advanced to the NCAA championships this past week in Scottsdale, Arizona. The Eagles, unfortunately, unable to come out in the top 15 and advance. They did do very well, and especially Mason Williams, who was able to finish top 20 in the nation. He finished tied for 20th individually. That ended up being won team-wise by Texas. All right, that'll wrap things up for now. We thank you for joining us. Hope to see you again next week.